Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is May 3rd, 2022, and the crypto market is about to take off. Question is, are you ready? Are you prepared for this? Have you been readying yourself for what is to come next? I'm telling you, May is going to be crazy. 3 days in, 3 straight green candles, okay? I'm going to tell you why. In this video, there are 3 main reasons you can expect Bitcoin and alts to rally an average of 3 to 5% daily from now until at least the end of the month. Okay? I'm also going to tell you why it's very likely that this is going to happen soon if it's not already happening. We're also going to go into our favorite altcoins and set some new targets. All right? If that sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. We're starting off on the crypto total market cap chart. Okay? I don't look at this often, but you don't often have this opportunity, my friends. Please don't miss out. Okay? There's so many people who think that they're outsmarting the room, saying, I'm going to wait lower. Oh, are you ready for the dump? Yes, the dump is going to come. Then I'm going to buy. Don't miss out. The breakout is already happening. Look at this, okay? Weekly chart. Look at this trend line I drew. Obviously, it's just a trend line, but I'm going to show you that over and over again on multiple charts. This is the total crypto market cap. This represents everything in crypto's market cap, all right? It's an aggregate. So, we use the Bitcoin chart as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. This is literally the cryptocurrency market at large, okay? So it looks a lot like Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin's the most market dominant. On the weekly time frame, and I want to show you the weekly time frame because I want to set targets. It's now the time to set targets, right? It's not a question of if we will break out. We're not too concerned about when we will break out. We kind of know it's around the corner. It's what are you going to do once we break out? That is the question, because a lot of people are going to miss out on this. They're not going to know when to take profit, when we're going to hit the next big resistance. And you want to look at these weekly levels, right? Big resistances on the weekly time frame and the daily time frame to know where price is likely to stop, okay? And so I'm looking at this wick. I'm looking at this body, these candle bodies right here, this wick right here. Let's get out our pen just in case, right? So this wick is drawing my attention, as is this wick, these 2 candle bodies, this wick, these 2 candle bodies, right? And this wick. This tells me that this is a very important weekly level. $1.95 trillion, okay? 1.95 trillion. Right now, we're at 1.72 trillion, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? And this looks a lot like, our reversal patterns, our A wave, our B wave, our A, B, right? That's our pivot. I anticipate we get some resistance at around 1.95 trillion, consolidate a bit, and then move up, okay? So this is what I'm seeing on the charts. Now we got that level on the weekly chart. Let's go to the daily chart and see what we're seeing, okay? And here's the breakout I'm talking about. It's modest, but obviously you want to catch these not after they happen, but as they're happening, right? You want to get in early, buy low, sell high, right? So here is the breakout right here. Here's the retest right here, right? This is a daily thing. So I think we just retested this very important down trending diagonal resistance, okay? And so this is likely to break out to the upside. And what do we know about these wedges? You could say that this is a wedge, okay? Excuse my bad drawing. Let me just not be lazy and use a trend line. You could say that this is a falling wedge, okay? And falling wedges typically have a target where they started, and our 1.95 is at the top of the falling wedge. There you go for some confluence, right? So I do anticipate for the price to come up to test that 1.95, find some resistance, bounce down to about, we have very strong support at 1.85 trillion, okay? And that should represent at minimum a 382 Fibonacci retracement. Why? Because we know wave 2 of a an Elliott wave impulse has to retrace to at minimum the 382 Fibonacci retracement, and indeed our 1.85 is below 1.86, which represents the 382. I hope you guys saw what I did there. All right. If you are completely confused, then just look up basic Fibonacci relationships in Elliott wave theory. Then you'll catch up to what I just did. Okay. So this is a total crypto market cap. This is why I'm targeting 1.95 trillion. More importantly, I want you to keep in mind the percentage, because in my experience, what happens when we start making positive price action is people lose their bearings. They lose sight as to what's happening, okay? And what you want to do in these bull runs, what you want to do when price is moving up, and people can make profit by holding the asset, as well as leverage trading, but most people make money just holding the asset, is you want to know where you are. You want to have bearings, okay? You want to know what to expect a little bit, okay? And taking this total crypto market cap target, the next major resistance, gives you an idea as to how far price can rally in total before finding resistance. And from here, that's around 13.7%. This is why I started saying expect 2 to 5% on average gains daily. Okay. So that doesn't mean that every single last asset is going to give you 2 to 5%, but on the aggregate, some are going to give you 20% on the daily, okay? Like the altcoins I'm interested in, I'm expecting 20% daily gains. Some, like Bitcoin, are going to give you something close to 2 to 3%, right? But in total, in sum, I expect the total market cap to give a 14% week, okay? Because I looked at the weekly candles, I looked at what it did, and also I'm going to go in during the live stream today at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I give the live stream. I'm going to talk about assets in the market, or one particular asset in the market that has already done all of this, and it has already started retracing to the downside from its run up. So we're just going to take some cues as to what that asset did, how it did it, so on and so forth. If that interests you, then tune into the live stream later on. All right, so that's enough for the total market cap. Just keep that in mind, 14% until the next major resistance, okay? Now, another reason why we can expect movement in altcoins, and you should already see movement in altcoins, whereas Bitcoin is kind of hovering and teasing its resistance and not yet broken out, but kind of, on the verge of breaking out. Meanwhile, you look and see that we have relatively green markets. If I'm going into my trading list, or I don't know, my list of different assets, you see a lot of green on the market. You see some double digit gainers. Prepare to see 2 to 5% on average daily. Write that down, 2 to 5% on average daily. Some may give you 20%, 30% daily, right? These more volatile altcoins. This is what you're going to start to see consistently day to day. People who are left behind are not going to be keen on this movement. They're still going to look for lower, especially if Bitcoin hasn't moved. And this is why I want to talk about market dominance, right? We're going to look at dominance and see that as it's moving down, you can expect altcoins, non-Bitcoin assets, to kind of decouple in a sense from Bitcoin. Not necessarily that they're doing something completely different from Bitcoin. Bitcoin is preparing to move up, it's slowly moving up, whereas these other assets are front running Bitcoin, right? And this is what decreasing market dominance tells you, okay? Decreasing market dominance can happen in a number of ways, but one of the things that can happen, well, essentially, it's basically that assets are flowing out of Bitcoin into other assets in the total crypto market. So this is what would enable other altcoins to already be up 2 to 5%, whereas Bitcoin hasn't yet started that path. Just a little tip, all right? And now let's go into our actual Bitcoin trade, all right, or Bitcoin chart. We're on the daily chart, and as I said, you can see that we are not yet broken out, okay? Just like the total market cap has broken out and retested its downtrending resistance of this falling wedge, Bitcoin has yet to do that. But if the total market cap is kind of like a peek into the future, right? You can expect Bitcoin to do the same, right? This is a little trick. Look at the total market cap. Sometimes it will front run Bitcoin's price action. And so we can expect Bitcoin to come break out of this descending wedge or this falling wedge, retest and pump, okay? And so this is what I'm expecting. Likewise, in Bitcoin, I'm expecting the target to be the top of the wedge, okay? Actually, in Bitcoin, I'm expecting somewhere either the top of the wedge, this descending, the top resistance of this descending broadening wedge as being our next target. Yeah, that's probably most likely. So I would have this be our next target. Right, let me get rid of this. I would say that is our next target right here. At around 42, if we broke out today, it would be at 42.3, okay? If we broke out, if it hit tomorrow, then it would be at 42.3 still. But do you see what I mean? It's a descending resistance. So I believe that that's our next major resistance. And we can expect from here a move of around 10% for Bitcoin before reaching that next resistance, okay? And so you see, let's just flip to the weekly really quickly. You see some important price action here. And you flip on larger time frames like the weekly just to get levels, right? Important resistances. So you see I've got a wick here. And guys, if you guys are getting value from this analysis, like the video, share the video with others, and subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Hit the bell notification for daily Bitcoin updates, occasional altcoin updates, and weekly live streams. All right. So body close here, some wicking here. All right. This is kind of anomalous, but some wicking here, body close, wicking. I believe that just like in the total crypto market cap, the top of this actually is, I would be more inclined. Yeah, the top of this right here, this horizontal resistance is where I would think Bitcoin is targeting, okay? 42.5, okay? And that would be consistent with what we're seeing in this descending broadening wedge. This basically means we're likely to hit that this week, okay? Because this is the next major resistance horizontally, and we have this descending resistance. But for those two things to be true, both the descending resistance to be respected and our horizontal resistance to be met, we would have to break out sometime this week. So I'm expecting a breakout imminently, and for that next resistance to be around 42.5. Okay, that's what I'm getting from the weekly time frame. Going back to the daily time frame, yeah, that's pretty much it with Bitcoin in terms of next major resistances. Okay. Um, so yeah, I'm very excited. Hope you are too. All right. And last thing on Bitcoin is one of the things that is necessary for price to move up is for open interests to reflect that move. Okay. So, what you're going to see, especially in the larger, kind of more savvy institutional exchanges, is a drop out in shorts if the price is going to move up. And what you've gotten in the past day is a move in shorts like we haven't gotten since this day, the 13th of March. Okay, we haven't gotten a move to the downside in shorts since since the 13th of March. Okay, and you can check your charts for what happened mid-March. It was a bloodbath. Yeah. uh it was a bloodbath and you got a lot of volatility, right? But shorts are getting out of the way. Bitcoin is yet to break out, but we're looking at Bitfinex. This is open interest for institutions and big players, whales, right? Savvy investors. They're getting the hell out of the way. Look at this move. What do they know that we don't know, right? They've been kind of rallying a little bit with some indecision, as I've been saying on the channel, but now they're getting the hell out of Dodge. They're preparing for a big move. You should too. All right, not financial advice. And last but not least, let's look at our favorite altcoins. All right, let's start with Revain. This move has already started. Okay, we are at a bottom. We should be seeing some strong bullish divergence. Yep, we're seeing some strong bullish divergence on the 12 hourly time frame already. Okay, um, and our next resistance, I believe, is at the top of this wedge, right? Just like total crypto market cap, just like Bitcoin, I'm targeting the top of the wedge as the next major resistance. I know that has been different from before. Before my target was within the wedge, I'm targeting the top of the wedge now. So my next major resistance for Revain is at 0.0882. All right. Kadena has already started to break out, okay? Kadena has already started to break out. It's one of those altcoins that is front running the move a bit, okay? Don't see too much. Let's see if we can see some bullish divergence. I don't see many bullish divergences on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 12 hour, but I am seeing a breakout. Let's stay on the daily, okay? I am seeing a breakout. Okay. And just like Bitcoin, total market cap, and Revain, I'm targeting the top of this move um, around where we've found resistance with this A wave right here. So 9.93 is my next major resistance for Kadena. I would advised not to short ball or low ball these targets because these moves are going to happen faster than you anticipate. And yes, I understand that this represents a 146% move, but just like I said, Bitcoin, some smaller players or some smaller movers are going to be moving 2 to 5%, but some major smaller cap altcoins are going to be moving 20% a day. Okay, I had Kadena in mind when I was saying that. All right. Revain could be expected to move even more. All right. Smaller cap, higher phi ratio. Verasity. My target now for Veracity is around 3.3 cents, right? It's around where we found resistance with this A wave. It's the top, not of a wedge, but of this range, okay? It's the top of this reversal range that I'm targeting. And you can see a lot of nice coiling on the daily showing a breakout to be imminent, okay? We're at support and expect these moves, my friend. You can see it in crypto in general, right? You can see it in a lot of altcoins, Algorand has already started to move. Clover has already started to move. Convergence has already started to move. DFYN has already started to move. You will see more and more tokens start to move. All right. So that's it for me. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you later today for the live stream. I hope you're excited. I hope you're prepared. Let's get it. Bye now.